Welcome in, everybody, back to Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball, live here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. The Eagles get ready for match number 3 today. They will be taking on the Rock Hill Blue Hawks out of Prosper ISD. First ever meeting between Georgetown and Rock Hill. And it is a big one here. The winner of this finishes in the number 2 spot of Pool 3 today. And so Georgetown needs to win this one. And they will return back here to Georgetown High School tomorrow in the bracket play on Saturday. But a big matchup here against a good Rock Hill team. Both teams sit at 1-1 on the day, going for the 2-1 record as St. Michael's finishes at 3-0 here today in day 2 of pool play. And so Georgetown get ready. They're going through their final warm-ups here in their serves. Rock Hill comes in. For today's ball game, they'll be wearing the black jerseys with black tights. Exited in the, I would guess it's going to be called blue because they're the Blue Hawks, but it is kind of an aqua teal color. The libero will be in a teal blue uniform, sleeveless jersey in number 2, Emma Alexander. Georgetown, of course, in their black spandex with the white long sleeve jerseys today in day 2. And they get ready to go here after the win against Academy, an early loss, 2-0 loss to St. Michael's this morning. So a big matchup coming up soon here on the SHN Sports Network, but it couldn't be made free of charge to everybody on our YouTube channel if it weren't for the sponsors, City View Bible Church, CSCT. That's Construction Specialists of Central Texas. The owners, John and Lynn Krogh, and Jeremy and Rachel McDougall, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Sports. And the Georgetown Lady Eagle Booster Club, and, of course, Piedreros. It is the Western Wear Store located 4809 Williams Drive here at Georgetown. Proud sponsors, the title sponsor for Georgetown Eagle Volleyball this year. But we thank them for everything they do. They make it possible for us to bring it to you free of charge here on the SHN Sports Network. The Lady Eagles get ready to run through. They'll have their welcome line with the Blue Hawks. Georgetown will start off on your right side. The libero, Jordan Pitkethly, will be in the maroon jersey, short sleeve jersey, wears number 10, black numerals, white outline. The white long sleeve jerseys for Georgetown with the blue numerals and lettering GTVB on the front, Georgetown, and capital block print lettering on the back below the numbers of the white jerseys. And so we get ready to go into action. Tomorrow's volleyball will be brought to you here on SHN Sports. We'll find out the times later on and be able to try to update that. Look towards social media. Twitter, we'll put it out, but we will try to keep an eye on the brackets as they unfold here across 6 different pools going on. And I'll try to pull it up and keep it updated here on day 2. But it is going to be St. Michael's coming out of pool number 3 as the number 1 seed as they beat Georgetown. And then they took on and beat Rock Hill 2-0. And then they beat Academy just now 25-18, 25-9. And so we get ready for set number 3, match number 3 with your Georgetown Lady Eagles. And it'll be Amelia Albright serving for the Eagles. Madeline Bradley on the back line with Jordan Pitkethly. On the front line, Mallory Miller, Scout Robinson, and Ambry Anderson. And that'll be an ace to start it off. A serve there from Amelia Albright. Starts it off right for the Georgetown Lady Eagles with an ace. On the floor for the Blue Hawks. We'll get their names to you here in a second. Albright into the net. So responds with a service error, first of the match for the Georgetown Lady Eagles. Finished with 5 in the last match against Academy, 3 in the earlier match with St. Michael's. And back to serve goes number 16, Halen Sykes. Free ball sent over. Albright plays it. Jordan sends it to Miller. Free ball sent over. An overpass. Battle at the net here with Mallory. She'll have it. Now she'll hit it again, and off the block, dug by the libero. Alexander, and then a mistake at the net there by Sharika Okore. There is a number 18 on the floor that just came off that is not on the roster. So we'll try to figure out who she is. Side out back to Georgetown, 2-1. The Eagles lead it now. Mallory Miller to serve. Sends one deep, played up towards the net, punch over on the second touch. But Kethley has it, set it up. Madeline Bradley, the attack. Doug on the back row, set to the far side. The attack by the Blue Hawks. An overpass there, battle for it, kept alive. And Bradley will send it over. And now a tight one at the net for the Blue Hawks, and they cannot get it over in time. Point to Georgetown. A good scramble back and forth. Great effort on both sides of the net for these two teams. The dig on the big hit by Bradley was Madison Bennett, the sophomore DS for the Blue Hawks. Mallory Miller to serve again. Sends it deep. Blue Hawks will send it to the far side. The swing off the block, dug by Pitt Kethley. Albright back set. Scout Robinson send it over and drop it in just behind the 10-foot line. Communication breakdown there with Peyton Parrott and Emma Alexander for the Blue Hawks. Point to Georgetown, 4-1. They lead it by 3. Here in set number 1. Mallory Miller, the junior, ready to serve from the back line. Jump serve underway into the net for service error number 2 of the set for the Lady Eagles. 2-4. The Blue Hawks trail by 2 here early on. Back to serve goes number 2, Emma Alexander. Serve across the way. Mallory Miller has it. Albright set it up for Miller. Back row attack off the block. Dug by the Blue Hawks. Number 2 set over. Great pancake there by Albright. Then the attack by Robinson, a kill. Great play there by the Lady Eagles. A wonderful effort by the junior setter, Amelia Albright. Lays out, gets the pancake. Ball gets popped up, and Robinson gets the kill. Side out back to Georgetown. Emery Anderson will check out. Macy Gates back on the front row, and Jordan Pickethley, the libero, back to serve, leading by 3. Ball played up, set here near side. A little tip over. Good read there by Robinson. But trying to get out of the way. Her and Amelia Albright collide. And she tried to get out of the way. Did a good job to recover the first touch. But the ball falls to the floor. And over to the Blue Hawks it goes. Number 15, Sam Tensinko to serve. Mallory Miller, Albright near side. Bradley blocked at the net. Pitt Kethley has it. Back row attack. Tip over to the 10-foot line by Miller. Played by the Blue Hawks. Quick set. Dumped over. Dug by Albright. Battle at the net. Now for Bradley. She gets a good swing on it. And it went off of Tensinko, knocking it away from Madison Bennett for the Blue Hawks. And the kill to Madison Bradley and the Eagles, and they lead it 6-3 now. Scout Robinson will come out on the back line as Riley Holland will come in to serve on the substitution. Holland serve. Set will come near side. The tip over there. And Pitt Kethley unable to get to it in time. Point to the Blue Hawks. It will be side out. And in to serve goes number 4, Maddie McDaniel, the sophomore outside hitter. McDaniel serve, Mallory Miller, Albright set near side. Bradley, the freshman, a scramble for it here. And they're going to call a net violation. And now, Coach Jenny Richardson, I thought it was going to be called. They did not call 4 touches. It ricocheted off of Tensinko to one of the DS's. She hit it back. Tensinko hit it sideways towards the net, and then they played it over. Coach Richardson in the ear of the down ref. Neither of them saw it. So the point goes to the Blue Hawks, 5-6. They trail by 1. McDaniel to serve. Rocket serve over. Miller, Albright, Madeline Bradley. And it went over the antenna. So we're all tied up, 6-6 now. Here in set number 1. McDaniel serve. That one's into the net. for the first service error for Rock Hill. Point to Georgetown on the side out, 7-6. Madeline Bradley will come out substituting in on the back row to serve. Will be number 8, the 5'7" junior, Madeline Posey. For the Lady Eagles, near side jump serve, sends it deep middle. Played up, Tansinko to the far side, into the block, and there's Amelia Albright. Got up and got that block. On the swing of number 18, sent it right back down. Point for Georgetown, 8-6. And Albright had that look back to her team like it's time to go. We're done with this one. The serve by Posey, near side, just wide for service error number 3 of the set for Georgetown. And back to serve goes number 16, Halen Sykes, junior middle blocker for the Blue Hawks. Flat-footed serve, floats one over. Pitcatley up to Albright, near side. Mallory Miller's swing into the block, and it comes back down. Georgetown knocks it back over, and here come the Blue Hawks. There's the tip. Mallory Miller with the dig. Albright will set it. Posey goes to play it from the 10-foot line, but puts it into the net. Point to the Blue Hawks, and they've tied it up at 8 apiece. Here in set number 1. Halen Sykes back to serve again. Flat-footed serve from the middle, a floater over. Pitcatley up to Amelia Albright, a good read there, and she takes the second touch and dumps it at the 10-foot line for the side out, 9-8. Georgetown takes the lead. Macy Gates back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Amory Anderson back on the front row as the libero Pitcatley checks out. Set to the far side, roll shot dug by Posey. Up to Albright, set near side, and there's Miller time. Mallory Miller drops the hammer on the near side attack and kills it for the point. 10-8, Georgetown takes the 2-point lead. Macy Gates to serve again for the Lady Eagles. Sends it over, far sideline, and it'll be an ace. Nice location on that serve by Macy Gates. And the Blue Hawks unable to get that one up. Another ace, and an 11-8 lead now for Georgetown. Gates sends it deep far corner. It'll be an ace off the hands of Maddie McDaniel. 2 in a row for Gates, now on a little run here, and that'll draw a quick timeout from head coach Angel Moderer for the Rock Hill Blue Hawks. We'll take it with them. Georgetown leads at 12-8 here in set number 1. Stay with us. Georgetown volleyball continues in just a moment. Back out of the timeout called by Rock Hill. Georgetown has the serve. Back to McDaniel. Tansinko sets it up in the middle, but the attack by number 10, Sharika Okore, is wide here on the near side. Point to Georgetown. 13-8, lead it up to 5, the largest of the match for Georgetown. Gates picks the corner again. Tansinko will set it back the near side. Cross-court shot dug by Holland. Set it up. Miller tips it to the back near corner. Played by McDaniel. Tansinko to the far side. Harrington's roll shot dug by Posey. Albright, quick set. Amory Anderson set, drops it over, but the Blue Hawks dig it up. But the hit goes wide on the far side for an unforced hitting error there by Macy Harrington for the Blue Hawks, and the Eagles lead it 14-8. The lead continues to grow. Macy Gates on a service run here. Tough spot there. That one's going to go out of play. It's going to be another great serve by Macy Gates, and the lead up to 7 now, 8-15. Georgetown leads it. The largest lead of the set continues to grow for the Lady Eagles. Macy, flat-footed serve from the middle of the back line, goes middle back this time. Quick set at the net. What a job! Amelia Albright read the attack by O'Corey, going for the tip. And Amelia Albright blocks it back down to the 10-foot line for the Lady Eagles, 16-8. The lead continues to grow here in set number 1. All on the service run here by Macy Gates. Overpass on the serve receive. Albright will set it near side. Miller, down the line it goes, and another kill for Mallory Miller. 17-8, Georgetown leads it. And that'll draw second time out of the set for Rock Hill, and we'll take it with them. Georgetown stays hot, leads at 17-8. Stay with us. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in just a moment. Of the timeout, Macy Gates continues to serve. Sends another one over. It's going to be another ace for the Eagles. And the lead up to 10 now. It's Macy Gates extends the lead for the Eagles. Flat-footed rocket ball serve off of McDaniel. A scramble here. And Tanzinko will send over a free ball. And there's Amelia Albright. She got it off of Tanzinko, yeah. Tanzinko tried to pull the hands down. It was a great job there by Amelia Albright to dump it to the near line. But now with substitution for the Blue Hawks as number 13, Cy Reyes will check in for Maddie McDaniel. Macy Gates on a run, continues it. Back to that corner, Harrington, an overpass on the serve receive. Miller, Albright, quick set, Anderson, dug up by the Blue Hawks. Send a free ball over. Gates up to Albright, set it to Miller. Swing, kill. Mallory Miller on fire here in set number 1. 3 kills here on this run alone, and the lead grows to 12. The 5'10 middle blocker junior, the 5'10 junior middle blocker, Macy Gates, is sending serves over at a rapid pace. And the attack here by Macy Harrington. A little extra mustard on that one, but it carried out several feet long. And a point to Georgetown, 21-8, the largest lead, 13. Macy to serve again. Back deep corner, Harrington up to Tanzinko. Free ball punched over by O'Corey. Quick set, Emery Anderson tips it down, and a block at the net by O'Corey. She patrolled the net there well for the Blue Hawks, and it finally stops the run from the Eagles, 9-21. Back to serve goes number 1, Tiana Bate. Posey up to Albright, near side, Miller. She'll tip it over, played by Bate. There's a net violation on the libero, Alexander. Couldn't stop the momentum and carried her underneath the net. Side out back to Georgetown, 22-9. Riley Holland will come off on the front rope for substitution. Scout Robinson. And back to serve goes Amelia Albright. Georgetown leads it by 13. Matches their largest lead of the set. The serve, cross near side. Received, set it up. O'Corey sends it deep on the back line and gets it down for the kill. 10-22. Side out back to the Blue Hawks. Substitution here. Number 13, Cy Reyes will check out. And number 4, Maddie McDaniel back in. Back to serve goes number 18, Macy Harrington. She'll send it deep. Miller up to Albright. Near side, Scout Robinson. She'll roll one over. Bate with the dig. The attack cross court. And on the far sideline. A nice shot there, angled across by the Blue Hawks. 11-22, lead cut to 11, and that'll draw a timeout by head coach Jenny Richardson of Georgetown. We'll take it with them. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. Jenny Richardson uses her first timeout of the set. And Harrington will drop back to serve for Rock Hill, trailing 11-22. Sends it deep. Miller up to Albright. Back to Miller, right side, and into the tape it goes. Point to the Blue Hawks, 12-22. They trail by 10. Harrington serve. Miller up to Albright. Set quick. Amory Anderson reads the double block at the net and drops a tip at the 10-foot line for the kill. 23-12. Georgetown by 11. Substitutions here. As number 8, Posey will leave, and number 18, Madeline Bradley back on. Number 9, Mallory Miller will check out. Number 2, Mary Rose Scholes, the 5'4 senior defensive specialist, checks in to serve for the Lady Eagles. Flat-footed serve, far line, dug up, set, quick at the net, and the tip by O'Corey. Pancake by Pitt Kethley, the attack, but into the tape it goes by Madeline Bradley, unable to get it across the net. What an effort there by Pitt Kethley to grit that pancake in there. But the side out, back to the Blue Hawks. 13-23, they trail by 10. Back to serve goes the libero, Emma Alexander. Across the court. Dug by Bradley. Albright will set up Robinson. The big swing and a nice one-handed dig by Alexander. A roll shot by McDaniel. Pitt Kethley has it. Albright sets it. Backside. Robinson. Cut shot across. Kill. Scout Robinson. A good read. And a net violation anyway. Whistled. On the Blue Hawks. So set point. As Pitt Kethley will go on back to serve for the Eagles to try to take set 1, leading by 11. Sends it deep corner. Received there. Scramble here and a free ball punched over. Albright. Pitt Kethley has a second touch. Near side, Madeline Bradley. Cross-court shot at the coach of Rock Hill is wide and out. Side out back to Rock Hill, 14-24. They trail by 10. Tancinco back on to serve for the Blue Hawks. Flat-footed serve. Pitt Kethley up to Albright. Back set. Big swing. Scout Robinson. Dug up. Scramble and a free ball sent over. Dug by Scholes. Albright to Gates. Blocked at the net. Gates. Albright has it. Set near side. Bradley into the block. Kept alive by Albright. Pitt Kethley will have it. Set it up to Robinson. She'll have to tip it over and does. And it'll be a count for a point on the side out. Off the Blue Hawks, and the Lady Eagles take set number 1. 25-14 your final. Georgetown wins set 1. We'll take a break, reset, and come back with set number 2. Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball brought to you by Piedreros Western Wear, the Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball Booster Club, CSCT Construction Specialists of Central Texas, and City View Bible Church. Stay with us. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a minute. Looking for a church that's grounded in the Bible and built on real community? City View Bible Church in Round Rock. We're here to help you grow in your faith through solid teaching, authentic relationships, and ministries that meet you where you are. From recovery ministries, marriage ministries, to vibrant kids and student programs, there's a place for every stage of life. Join us this Sunday, 8 o'clock, 9:45, or 11:30. You have your choice at times, and come see what it's all about. Learn more, cityviewbible.org. That's cityviewbible.org. And I got to give you my personal take on that. The marriage ministry, second to none. It is a wonderful marriage ministry. Re-engage is what it's called. It's a 17-week process, but it is a fun commitment to your marriage to make things even better. The great marriages become even greater. The ones that are struggling get the help they need, and it is second to none. A lot of other ministries available, from divorce care and widows and those going through loss of spouses and PTSD support groups. It's everything you could find. cityviewbible.org. Give them a look and come visit. We get ready to go back to action. Set number 2, brought to you by Construction Specialist Central Texas, CSCT. The Krogs and the McDougals, proud owners, sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Sports, and proud sponsors of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball. Go back to action here. We go to set number 2. Rock Hill will have the set to open up, or the serve to open up here in the set. And it'll be Botti to serve. Mallory Miller. Albright back to Miller, far side. The attack. A dig there by McDaniel. Botti brings it near side. Harrington sends over the free ball off the block. Albright has it. Pitcatley far side. Miller and the tip over the block. Botti there to dig it up. A throw over by Alexander, and the Eagles reset. Pitcatley near side. Scout Robinson to swing. Off the block. Albright keeps it alive. So does Robinson. The tip over, and here come the Blue Hawks. Left-handed roll shot. Pitcatley has the dig. Albright far side. Miller the tag. Dug up by the Blue Hawks. Botti near side. Alexander sends it over. Albright has it. Pitcatley far side. Miller roll shot. Dug by Harrington. Botti sends a second touch over, but a dig there by Albright, but it comes across and wide here on the near side. Back and forth that point, what goes? And it goes the way of the Blue Hawks. 1-0 to open up set number 2. Tiana Botti, number 1, serves again for the Blue Hawks. Sends it across. Bradley. And a first touch goes awry to the side here on the near side. Point to the Blue Hawks. 2-0 to open up set number 2. Georgetown took set 1, 25-14. The winner of this will be back here at Georgetown High School tomorrow for bracket play. Botti to serve again. Flat-footed walk-up serve from the middle. Bradley off her to the right. And there will be a substitution coming quickly here as the 5'8 junior. Number 12, Kendall McDougall checks in for the freshman Madeline Bradley on the back line. Botti into the net, tries to change it up and drop it right over the net, and ends up putting it into the net for the service error. First service error of the set, second of the match. Madeline Bradley back on the front row for McDougall. Back to serve goes Mallory Miller. Miller's rocket serve down the near sideline. Played up. Botti will set it. Thrown over there by Okori. Albright unable to dig it out of the net. And Okori, and that's the, I'm going to try to work on getting you guys a definition of what the grab and toss is and what's allowed. No contact was truly made there by Okori. She just grabbed it and threw it. Botti will set it up to her. That time she swung and got blocked at the net. Free ball sent over. Mallory Miller to Albright, far side. Bradley tips it over. Botti there to clean it up. Alexander set backside. McDaniel tips it down the line. Played by Albright. Pitcatley sets it up. Bradley the big swing. Dug by Alexander. Bring it near side. McDaniel shot blocked at the net. Kept alive, and it's over. Pitcatley gives it to Albright to Amory Anderson, and she'll hammer it down off of Peyton Parrott for the kill. Point to Georgetown, 2-4. Georgetown trails by 2 here in set 2. Jordan Pitketley back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Macy Gates back on the front row. Amory Anderson comes off on the back row. Botti dumps the second one over. Nice read there. Side out back to the Blue Hawks. 5-2. They lead by 3. And back to serve goes the libero, senior Emma Alexander for the Blue Hawks. Near side jump serve into the net, and it buckles the tape over and falls on Georgetown's side for the ace. 6-2 Blue Hawks. And that'll draw a quick timeout from head coach Jenny Richardson of Georgetown. We'll take it with them. Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trends. Word up OG, watch how you talking your tone. What I be on, you cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T.
Out of the timeout called by Georgetown. Rock Hill leads by 4. Make it 3 now on the service error. Second of the set, third of the match for Rock Hill. Onto the floor comes number 16, Riley Holland. For Scout Robinson, Holland back to serve for the Lady Eagles. From the near side. Brings it near line. McDaniel up to Botti. Sets it up, backside, the tip over, right into the block. And they're going to say it was into the net. Macy Gates immediately waved the hand like, I didn't touch that. So, unforced error there on the Blue Hawks. 4-6, Georgetown trails by 2. Riley Holland to continue her serve. Serves it now into the middle. Pass up tight, Botti tips it over. Eagles will set it up, back row attack, Mallory Miller. The float and the drop. What a read there by Mallory Miller to drop that tip from the back row attack for the kill at the 10-foot line. 5-6, Georgetown trails by 1. Riley Holland sends it. Middle back row, Botti, quick set in the middle, off the block and down. Get the kill to Halen Sykes. Side out back to the Blue Hawks, 7-5, they lead by 2. Substitutions for the Blue Hawks. As Sam Tansinko, the sophomore setter, comes in to serve. Flat-footed serve from the back row. Bradley up to Albright. Set at Bradley, far side. The attack, and barely kept alive after ricocheting off of one of the Blue Hawks. The attack by Bradley, blocked at the net. Number 16, Halen Sykes with the block, the junior middle blocker. And the point back to the Blue Hawks, 8-5. They lead by 3. Bradley comes out, and in comes number 4, McKenna Stengel, the 5'7 senior. Heller up to Albright. Drops the second ball over. McDaniel reads it. Tansinko, far side. The attack dug up by Holland. Back row attack for Mallory Miller. Dug by Alexander. Tansinko will set up and send it across. Albright dumps the second ball to the corner. Tansinko kept cheating in, and Albright read it, reads the defense. Side out back to Georgetown. Kendall McDougal will come in for Stengel. McDougal will drop back to serve for the Lady Eagles, trailing by 2, 6-8. From the middle of the back row, serves far side. Tansinko will have the second ball, send it near side. The tip there, a good pancake, and Miller will send over the free ball. The Blue Hawks will scramble. Tansinko can't get to it, and it hits the net and comes down. But a great job by Riley Holland to get that pancake up. The Eagles continue on and end up scavenging a point out of that one, and they trail 7-8 now. McDougal to serve again, drops it, and an ace. Kendall McDougal dropped it in between the 10-foot line and the back line, and that ball just dropped out of the air. What a serve there to tie it up at 8 apiece. And that'll draw a timeout from Rock Hill. Their first of the set. We'll take it with them. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Out of the timeout, McDougal will serve again for the Lady Eagles, tied up at 8. An overpass on the serve receive. And Mallory Miller right there to block it back down. And Georgetown takes the lead back here in the second set, 9-8. As Kendall McDougal now on a 3-service run. Now her 4th serve near side. Passed up to Tancinko, set near side. The swing blocked at the net. The Blue Hawks will reset. Another swing tipped over on the far side, and it's wide. Pitketley let it go. And a good decision there as it went just wide on the tip. The attack by Courtney Sloan was blocked. The Blue Hawks win again, but an errant shot. Georgetown leads by 2. 10-8. McDougal serve near side, back corner. Tancinko sends the second ball deep, but Riley Holland was ready. Albright sets up Miller. Deep attack to the corner, played by Alexander. Free ball, and then she got a nice shot sent over. Pitketley to the far side. Miller will just tip it over, and the Blue Hawks will set it up. Near side, McDaniel, her shot, and a kill for Maddie McDaniel. Side out, back to the Blue Hawks. 9-10, they trail by 1. Macy Harrington, the junior outside hitter, checks in. Back to serve goes number 4, Maddie McDaniel. Flat-footed serve, floater deep. Pitketley, Albright dumps the second ball. Hole in the middle, and she picked it out, dropped it in. And an 11-9 lead for the Lady Eagles. On the side out, Macy Gates will drop back to serve. Pitketley comes off, and Amory Anderson back on the front row. Flat-footed serve by Macy Gates. Overpass on the serve receive. Holland, Albright, Miller. Off the block, McDougal with the dig. Albright dumps the second one down, dug by Harrington. Scramble and a free ball sent over. Georgetown will have it. Gates, second ball, and there's it. Amelia Albright saw a good pass there. She turned and hammered that one down on the second touch for the kill. And a point to Georgetown. 12-9, Georgetown by 3 here in set number 2. 25-14, Georgetown took set 1. Would love to have a 2-set sweep to close out day 2 of this pool play tournament. Bracket starts tomorrow. Tancinko set, hit over, dug by Holland, saved by Albright. Went over, and the Blue Hawks will set it up near side. Harrington cross court, it's wide and out. So a hitting error there by Macy Harrington. Point to Georgetown, the lead up to 4. Largest lead of the set here for Georgetown. Macy Gates serves again. Harrington up to Tancinko, set, and the attack off of Riley Holland. Good attack there. Swing by Courtney Sloan for the kill. Side out back to Rock Hill. 10-13, they trail by 3. Back to serve goes Halen Sykes. Flat-footed serve and a rocket, and it is out. Service error for the Blue Hawks. 3rd of the set, 4th of the match. Point to Georgetown. Riley Holland will check out. Back to serve goes Amelia Albright. Scout Robinson back in on the front row for the Lady Eagles. Albright serve into the net. First service error of the set, 4th of the match for Georgetown. Side out back over to the Blue Hawks. 11-14, they trail by 3. Tatiana Bati. Number 1, back to serve for the Blue Hawks. Flat-footed serve, sends it over. McDougal up to Albright. Quick set, Amory Anderson. And there's a great read by Scout Robinson. Amory Anderson hit it. It went off the net. Harrington got a touch on it, and it went just over the net. And Scout Robinson there and hit it cross court to an open spot for the kill. 15-11, Georgetown by 4. Stengel back in for McDougal. Served by Mallory Miller. Cross court shot dug up. Albright will set it up. Scout Robinson will roll one deep. Bati has it. Set near side to Harrington. Blocked at the net. Scramble for the ball. Free ball sent over. Dug by Albright. Pitketley. Far side Stengel. Her shot. Nice dig there by McDaniel. Harrington rolls one over. Albright. Pitketley. Right side. Stengel into the block and out. Off the block. Oh, wow. Off the block, and they say it's on the line. So the point to Rock Hill. They're down 12-15 now. Harrington to serve for the Blue Hawks. Pitketley, Albright, Stengel, roll shot, dug by McDaniel. Bati, McDaniel. Good dig by Albright. Stengel will send the free ball over. The Blue Hawks have a shot here. Dumped over. Good dig by Albright. Dumped over by Amory Anderson. But Pitketley got a touch on it, but it shot just over the head of Mallory Miller. Point to the Blue Hawks. And they trail 13-15. Stengel up to Albright. Back to Stengel. The swing off the block, dug by Harrington. Set near side, McDaniel's attack is on the far corner. Nice shot there by Maddie McDaniel. And the lead cut to 1 now, 14-15. Macy Harrington to serve again for Rock Hill, down by 1. Flat-footed serve, sends it across. Pitketley up to Albright. Back row attack for Miller. Corner shot, and it's on the line. And in. Nice shot by Miller. Point to Georgetown on the side out, 16-14. Gates back on. Pitketley back to serve as Amory Anderson rotates out on the libero exchange. From the far side, Pitketley serve. Brings it near side, McDaniel. Bati back to McDaniel near side. The attack dug up, over, played back down. The Eagles have a chance. Set it up, Stengel, her attack, dug up. But into the net it goes, and Bati unable to get it up for Rock Hill. Point to Georgetown. 17-14, Georgetown by 3. Pitketley to serve again, the jump serve. Into the net for the second service error of the set, 5th of the match. Libero rotation occurs for Rock Hill as O'Corey comes out. Sykes back on the front row, and the libero Alexander to serve. Sends it deep. Pitketley up to Albright. Quick set. Gates tips it over. Played by Bati. McDaniel will try to tip it over. It does into the double block and down off of Scout Robinson. Not much to do there. She last minute didn't swing and tips it into the block, and it comes straight down. And Scout on her way to the ground tried to make a play on it and could not do it. 16-17. I missed a point there. The Blue Hawks trail by 1. Emma Alexander, the libero, to serve again for the Blue Hawks. Into the net it goes for the service error. 4th of the set, 5th of the match. Riley Holland will check in and go back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Scout Robinson will sub out. 18-16, Georgetown by 2 here in set number 2. Georgetown wins the set. The match is over, 2-0. Rock Hill wins the set. We go to set 3. Set at the net, off the block, dug by Miller. Albright touches the second ball over, scrambled for the Blue Hawks, and a shot by McDaniel, but it is long and out. They're going to call a tip at the net. Point to the Blue Hawks, 17-18. They trail by 1. Sam Tancinco back to serve for Rock Hill. Flat-footed serve across. Stengel up to Albright. Corner over Sam Tinko's head. They played there. The attack by McDaniel. Stengel has it. Back row attack for Miller. Off the net and down for the kill. Good swing there by Mallory Miller. Stengel will come out. Subbed in by Kendall McDougal, the junior who will go back to serve. Kendall McDougal from the middle of the back row to serve for Georgetown with a 2-point lead. Sends it. Alexander up to Tancinco. Quick set into the block and down. Kill for number 16, Halen Sykes. Side out back to Rock Hill. 18-19. Rock Hill trails by 1. Maddie McDaniel will go back to serve for the Blue Hawks. Flat-footed serve by McDaniel. Sends it across. Pitt Kethley. And what a job. Sometimes you let music just play itself out. Amelia Albright patrolled the net there. There was an overpass on the serve receive. It goes over the net, and it's played by Sykes. But Amelia Albright there to read it, gets a block on it, and then slams it down for the kill. Tip over. Scramble there between Holland and Albright on a good play made by number 11, Courtney Sloan. She tipped it over and got the Eagle defense off kilter, 19-20. Blue Hawks trail by 1. Sykes to serve. That one fell short of the net. They're trying to go to this drop serve just over the net. And Sykes came up short there. 5th service error of the set for the Blue Hawks. Riley Holland comes out. Scout Robinson back on the front row. Back to serve goes Albright. The serve floated deep. Up to Tancinco. Back set, the attack. Long and out. Point to Georgetown. They lead by 3, 22-19. Georgetown 3 points away from sweeping this in a 2-set win to take the number 2 seed out of today's pool. Going into bracket play tomorrow. The serve from Albright. Overpass on serve receive. Pitt Kethley, Albright, far side Miller. Swing off the block and the touch. Scramble for it here and a free ball sent over. Nice hustle. Miller, Albright, dump it. Read by Alexander. Tancinco kept it alive. Overpass, but a net violation whistled on the Blue Hawks. And that'll kill the play right there. Point to Georgetown. They've matched their largest lead of the set at 4 now, 23-19. Amelia Albright back to serve for the Lady Eagles. 2 points shy of a win. Sends it down near side. Harrington. Alexander back to Harrington. Tip over. Pancake. Miller gets the touch. Robinson sends it over. A set up, a tip, played by the Eagles. Albright has it. Into the net it goes. Harrington unable to make a play on it. Georgetown gets the benefit there. And we're at set and match point. Here in set 2, 24-19. Georgetown with their largest lead. Up 5 here in the set. Albright serves for the game. Overpass on the serve receive. Pitt Kethley kept alive. Sent over. And now the Blue Hawks will play for it. Free ball sent over. Pitt Kethley, Albright sets it up. Miller, the attack. The kill. Mallory Miller wins it for Georgetown. 25-19 to take the 2-set win over Rock Hill. Georgetown ends the day 2-1. And now 5-2 on the season for the Lady Eagles. Tomorrow, we'll be back here at Georgetown High School to continue playing. Now to bracket play we go. On Saturday, back here at Georgetown High School. We'll pull up, see if we know anything else about tomorrow. Runner-up of second place of Pool 3. See where they will be. will be in the gold bracket, and we will play at 8 a.m. here on Court 1. And it looks like we will most likely play a tough Vandegrift Viper team if I had to pick it right now. They sit at 2-0 on the day, and they are going to play Weatherford at 2 p.m. over at Eastview High School. But we'll keep it updated. We'll put it out on social media. It will be live here at Georgetown High School tomorrow with Lady Eagle Volleyball. Thanks to our sponsors, Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball Booster Club, Piedreros Western Wear, 4809 Williams Drive, Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go by, visit them for all your Western wear needs. City View Bible Church and CSCT, Construction Specialist Central Texas, owned by the Krogs and the McDougals, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Volleyball. Georgetown wins it 2-0 over Rock Hill to advance to the gold bracket of bracket play tomorrow here at Georgetown High School. Thanks for joining us today. The Lady Eagles victorious. And remember, have a good evening. It doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.